Hi, Ancestry. Hi, Gusto. My name's Leslie. Thanks so much for this opportunity. I'm excited about it. And you've really got me thinking about my history and who I am and how food has played a role in all of that. I was conceived in England. My mom was from South Africa, my dad from England, and after the war, they emigrated, and I was 6 months in utero as we traveled. And so we forged a new life in Western Canada. I spent a lot of time on the beaches and getting oysters and mussels and bringing those home, and friends would have salmon and cod and so on. And so all of that was made on barbecues. We were using the food that we had immediately around us. Later, my parents got really into food in a big way internationally, and so they would take a whole month to prepare this feast and after a particular country. And so one time it would be Persian, another would be Asian, another would be African, and so on, and invite friends around for that. So those were my beginnings. And then what has transpired is that I have diabetes too, and I was diagnosed 20-30 years ago with this, and really have not understood it until just very recently. There's a movie called The Magic Pill that is just out on Netflix, for example, and there's a real expose on the research and the billions of dollars that has been spent to say that we have to eat in a certain way. And that way is, for me, was always the Canada Food Guide, which I've never liked. Like, intuitively, I knew that it just was not right for me, and I didn't feel good when I did it. And in this movie, they flip it around so that the apex is actually where the grains are, and the bottom is the base is where the animal and the fats are. And when I do that, my body feels amazing and lined up, and I'm calm and I'm clear and all these things, So what's going on? So what I know from Ancestry is that I think my ancestors' existence would have been from the ocean, and it would have been meat and potatoes from the north of England, because that's where they were in Ireland. What I also know is that I have the diabetes, and I think that many of us have had that through my family. What I also know is that we are great adventurers, and most of my uncles and one of my grandfathers was sea captains. And so one great uncle or something, Robert McClure, went through the Northwest Passage, and now on the map of the world there is McClure Strait. My grandfather was a sea captain and knew a lot about diamonds. I don't know why, but he did. So there's a story in there. I also know that I think it was the same ship that went through the Northwest Passage. The desk from that actually is the one that the President of the United States sits at in the Oval Office. So I've heard that. I don't know that for sure, but there we go. And I want to know why I am a traveler. Like, I was a travel agent for 25 years, and it was so important to me to be sending people around the world and to be functioning around the world. And and then what are we eating? And some of my other happiest childhood memories and current memories are going to that little known shop that has in the back room that it's got, that spice, or it's got that mixture of flavors that we don't normally get in a North American, well, I can't even say that because it's all a melting pot these days. But anyway, so I'm always looking for the unusual is what it is. And I suspect that there's a link between all of those. So I want to know who I am. I really never did have uncles and aunties and grandparents. I never got to do the weddings. I don't know what their traditions are. I want to know. So, and if we can do it through food, that would really make good sense to me. So please, I hope we get to call and chat. Thanks. I'm Leslie Robinson.